Alright, so I was enjoying the Euros on the weekend, and then I go back to work on Monday. I check my phone at the end of the shift, and I found out I missed 14 goals. The Spain game was 5-3, and the France game was 3-3. And France are out. I came back home, and as soon as I got back home, the penalty shootout was starting. So it was 3-3, extra time was over, penalty shootout. Watched all of it, and Switzerland managed to win in the end. Mbappe, of all people, missing the penalty. That was crazy. I'm grateful I got that, but I missed 14 goals. I did see one Spain goal, to be fair, during my break at work. They had the game on. I'm going to try and take my break a bit late, considering England are playing at 5, and the game will be over about 7. My break's usually at 6, so I'm going to try and see if I can take a break at 6:30 so I can catch the end. Unless we're losing, then it'll be not great. But it's a big day tomorrow. England v Germany, and I'll be working, just as you do. But we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully there's not too much work. There was quite a lot of work today, especially in the first half of the day. There was like a nice quiet, like hour and a half. Apart from that, it was quite busy, especially the first half of the day. After break, it was a bit more chill, but there was quite a bit to do in the last hour. I actually finished like 10 minutes late. I mean, I could have left. They could have just told me to leave, but I just thought I'll get this thing done, then I'll go. But yeah, hopefully Tuesday's not as busy, so then I can take a break a bit late. Maybe I'll get away with it. Oh my god. We actually won a game against Germany at a tournament. That's not happened since the World Cup final in 1966. Also at Wembley as well. Today was also at Wembley. We actually, not only did we beat Germany, but you know, we beat a big team now, which is good. We needed to prove ourselves. At the World Cup, we beat Colombia, which was impressive. Which was an impressive win, but apart from that, lost to Belgium twice, choked to Croatia. We needed to prove something. You know, we really needed to prove a point. And to beat Germany, of all teams, Germany, one of the most successful international teams ever, to beat them is massive. At Wembley as well. This is a statement. And we're playing Ukraine. I saw the first Ukraine goal at work. I came back to see it was extra time. It was 1-1, and then Ukraine literally just before I start recording this, like a few minutes before, Ukraine scored the winning goal in the 121st minute. So that's crazy stuff. So it's England v Ukraine on Saturday, and if we win, we will play either Denmark or Czech Republic in the semi-final. This is the best chance we'll ever get of, at the very least, reaching a final and achieving something special. So we've got to make it count. If we don't make it, it's our own fault. You know, we can't underestimate anyone though. Ukraine, Czech Republic, Denmark. On any given day, any of those could beat us. So we gotta be careful. Don't underestimate them. Play our best football, but play our own game, and hopefully we should be able to beat them. But there's a difference between should and will. Hopefully we can. We should. I'm never too optimistic about things. You know, I support Arsenal in England. How can I be? But yeah, there's a huge opportunity now, and beating Germany, I think, will give us a lot of confidence, and it's a big statement. But literally, right, I was at work. Okay, I was at work. I took my break half an hour later, and I did that because I could see the last 20 minutes of the game. I could see the ending of the game, plus stoppage time, whatever. It was like 70th minute when I took my break. It was perfect, right? I went to the cafeteria, and I see like 6 people at different tables. It's just for distancing, so like there's 2 at each table. It's like a long rectangular table, chair on each side. Everyone's sitting on this side so I can see the cafeteria television, right? So there's like 5 people just sitting there, just watching. And I'm about to join them, right? I get my food, I get my tray out, I get my lunch, I pay for it. I turn around, and Raheem Sterling scores. At this point, it was 0-0. I was listening, like they had it on the radio, or like since the start of the match, they had it on the radio the whole time. So we were listening to what was happening in the match. Every time the commentator got loud, I stopped working for a second. I'm just like, what's happened? What's happened? But nothing happened in terms of goals. Like there was no goals until I went to the cafeteria, got my food, And Sterling scored as I got my food. I turned around, Sterling scored 1-0 England in the 70-something minute. I was just like, oh my word, we might actually do it. Because I was really scared we might go to penalties or something, or maybe even lose. I was really scared. We actually scored. I was just like, oh my days, this might actually happen. Then I thought, wait, we got 20 minutes to defend this. And I've watched many teams, I watched Arsenal and England defend Leeds many times. Doesn't always work out, but it's nerve-wracking. I only saw 20 minutes of the game and I was nervous the whole time, even after 1-0. And then, before you know it, Thomas Müller's through on goal for Germany. And any attacking player or midfielder, or even a defender, who's through on goal in that position should score. Especially a guy like Thomas Müller should score. Like, this is one of the easiest opportunities you get the whole game. We made a mistake, they're through on goal, they should score. I'm thinking, oh no, we're going to concede, it's going to be extra time and penalties, we're going to lose, oh no, this is going to be bad. Then he misses. That was a big relieving moment, the fact that he missed. Unreal. And then in the 85th minute, Harry Kane finally scores his goal. The scenes around Wembley are crazy. That put a big smile on my face. The fact that we actually beat Germany. That second goal clinched it. Sterling scored first. Sterling's been a star this tournament. Actually, at the start of the tournament, I said Sterling shouldn't be playing based on form and everything. I felt we had other players that should have been playing ahead of him, but I take it all back, you know. We've scored 4 goals. He scored 3 of them. The opening goal, in all of his goals, opening goals. And then Harry Kane, who hasn't scored yet, has finally scored his goal, which is a good confidence boost, I'm sure. So yeah, I took my break at the perfect time, clearly. I take it. I get my food. Sterling scores. 10 minutes later, Harry Kane scores. It's game over. We've done it. It was just amazing. An amazing feeling. Our quarterfinals in Rome, and if we get through, we'll be early at Wembley. So we play at Wembley 4 times, and if we go all the way, we'll play at Wembley 6 times out of 7, which is pretty crazy. It's basically like a home tournament for us, but we need to make it count. Obviously, we could lose the next game, so we need to be careful, play our own game. Hopefully, we can go through. But it's just amazing, man. I also got it to be missing the game because of work, but they had it on a couple of televisions where I was working, not near me, but sometimes I peep around the corner to check it. One of them above the manager's office, I think. But the manager himself was wearing an England shirt, so I don't think he minded people checking out the television. I go to the cafeteria to watch the ending of the game, and I catch both goals. It's an amazing day. It's a good feeling, and the vibes around the warehouse are good as well. So yeah, all good. Not too bad. A good day's work and a good day for England winning, and the fact I got to actually get the key moments at work anyway. It's elite. So I'm working on Saturday as well, unfortunately, but hopefully we get to see the game still. I'm about to go and see Fast and Furious 9. The movie starts in 2 minutes. There are adverts though, so I'm good. But still, I want to get there for the trailers. I like watching trailers for some reason. Anyway, F9. Apparently it's crazy. Apparently it's bad. I'm gonna go and see it anyway. Let's do this. Also, they showed the Jurassic World, obviously with IMAX screenings. They show a Jurassic World preview, like a 5-minute preview. This preview underwhelmed me, to be honest. I was excited. I was looking forward to it, and we got some cool stuff. There just wasn't enough of it. You get one scene in a prehistoric era, so they might do some prehistoric scenes 65 million years ago, which is pretty cool. I want to see that. But also they show a modern day scene as well. I'm just like, that was the preview? Really? That was the one you were teasing this whole time? Give me more. I got Fallen Kingdom vibes, because Fallen Kingdom for me fell very short. Had some potential, but it all just takes place in a house. It just ruined everything. This preview did not remind me of that, but also it felt underwhelming, just like Fallen Kingdom did. So please, hopefully the movie next year is great. But yeah, moving on to my review, which is, well, we'll pick up when I leave the cinema, actually. Okay, so that movie might be the most stupid one of the entire franchise so far. There are so many unrealistic and stupid stunts that shouldn't work, that do. Obviously this franchise has had those things for quite a few movies now, and I come to expect that. But this movie took it to another level in an even more stupid way. I don't want to spoil things, but there's many things that happen that defy the laws of physics, as this franchise does, but it's even worse in this one. It's even more over the top in this one, and I don't want to go into it, man. It's so much. They brought Han back from the dead. There's things that I explain in this movie. The opening scene I quite like. It's a racing scene, but it's not a street race. It's something a bit different. It's something new, but also a race, and it has a significant effect on the story as well. And so John Cena plays the villain. Now, with John Cena as an actor, I don't think he's a great actor, but I'd like to see what he does, just to see if he has any potential. And what I've noticed is he's not terrible, but he needs a specific type of role to shine in. That's what I feel anyway, and for me, his best role is in comedy. I've seen him in a few comedy movies, and he's been entertaining. I think he fits that sort of like genre. But him as a Fast and Furious villain, I wasn't sure if that could work. I really wasn't sure if that could work. But he did okay. I felt he did alright. I felt he fit in the movie quite well, and he added to the story. I think the story was interesting for his character, and to my surprise, he actually did okay. Just had to run for the bus. I missed the train by like 2 minutes. Almost missed the bus. I walked out the station. I saw the bus leaving. Just about got it. Not gonna lie though, I was saved by a traffic light. And then some guy on the phone sits next to me. Just trying to vlog here. Yeah, so going back to the opening scene, a racing scene that was a bit different. They call back to that scene because that scene involves Dom and his brother, who's played by John Cena, but there's different actors for this scene because it's a flashback scene from decades ago, so you get a different actor for young Dom and a different actor for young Jacob. Jacob is John Cena's character's name. So they're involved in a scene with their dad. It's a racing scene, and this scene has many twists, but you don't get all the twists in the scene. You get a flashback to the scene again later in the movie. Then there's a few things that Jacob mentions about that particular scene that also adds extra elements to it and new twists. There's a few interesting twists in there, I will say that much. Also with the Han thing, Han coming back, it's explained, so it also adds more to Tokyo Drift. Obviously Tokyo Drift for the most part was like disconnected apart from Han, I guess. But then Fast and Furious 7 revealed that Deckard Shaw apparently killed him, which makes Tokyo Drift like a prequel movie because Han died and then they tried to get revenge, etc. But this, like, we get to see that scene again in this movie, believe it or not. And there's another twist to it. And there's a reason that he ends up alive. So they show that crash and they show how he survives that. This is not really a spoiler because they literally put it in the trailer that Han's back. So I'm just saying. Speaking of Tokyo Drift, there are more links to that movie in this one than any of the other movies, aside from Tokyo Drift, obviously. But this connects a lot of dots from Tokyo Drift. I'm not going to say much else because it would be spoilers, but there are some good connections to Tokyo Drift in this, not just that Han death scene. So pay attention to who's in the movie, that's all I'm saying. There's a few people that turn up for 2 or 3 scenes that you might put a smile on your face. But still, this one, honestly, even though I enjoyed parts of it and there's some good twists in there and John Cena was surprisingly actually quite a good villain, and the thing is, like, these movies for me are guilty pleasures. Like Fast and Furious 1 to 4 I enjoyed and I think they were okay story-wise. The 5th one I felt was the best one, but after that they went off the rails. 6, 7 and 8. Having said that, I still enjoyed 6, 7 and 8. I didn't think they were good movies. I thought they were bad movies actually, but they were fun. You know, they put all these over-the-top action scenes and they were unrealistic and stupid, but they were still fun and epic, and they were great to enjoy with like a big crowd packed full cinema. And it's a great experience. It's a great experience, even though they're not good movies. They're popcorn fun, and the crazy stunts make them more fun, right? This movie, I expected more of that, but for me, even the action felt underwhelming, even though they kind of went a bit more extreme with the action. I don't know, it just felt like there was less of it, and when it was there, it wasn't as epic. So that's the thing, like, ever since they switched from racing to this whole crazy stunt thing from Fast 5. Fast 5 was a perfect balance, but since then they've been going too crazy, right? But this one, even though there's things that go even more crazy than ever before, it just didn't hit the same as the stunts. Like when they drove through skyscrapers in, was it number 7, falling down a cliff in a car with no windows, you know, all those driving into each other, Jason Statham and Dom, all these crazy stunts in his previous movies, right? They were stupid, but it still felt epic and fun. This one I felt lacked that special. It lacked what the other movies lacked for some reason. It didn't. It felt a bit underwhelming considering, you know, the level of action. I don't know. Maybe it was just me. Also, there's another twist with Dom's brother towards the end, which kind of just happened so suddenly, and it happened so abruptly that it just like, wait, wasn't he like that a minute ago? And then now suddenly everything's. I'm not gonna say anything about spoiling, but yeah, things happen that are a bit bizarre. Not just the action. Charlize Theron is back. Her character Cypher is back. She's playing a sort of role. There's also this new villain who's like a millionaire who is teaming up with John Cena, or Jacob, shall we say. The story is quite interesting in some ways, but for me it falls a bit flat, and they do something extra crazy with Tyrese and Ludacris. Those two go on a crazy mission at the end, which shouldn't happen. There's so many scenes in this where you're just like, how are they not dead? Especially the first action scene. I'm just like, really? There's a scene where they're getting shot at by a lot of people from all around them with machine guns, and somehow none of the bullets hit anyone. I don't. This is near the beginning, by the way, so no big spoiler. I'm just like, there is no way anybody survives that. Are these stormtroopers? What's going on here? I'm not trying to say I want them to die, but like seriously, like the things that these characters survive. My words. Anyway, they tease something at the end, like the very last scene. Then there's credits with pictures, and then there's an after credit scene. Not after credits, but mid credit scene. So like there's like 2 minutes of credits, then you see the scene, then the rest of the credits. You can skip the rest of the credits, but there's a scene like 2 minutes into the credits. That's an after credit scene. It includes a character that's been in previous movies, so that's what I'm gonna say. And no, it's not The Rock. It's someone else, but it's someone who's been in previous movies. And Han's also in that scene as well. Yeah. So if you want to stick around, you can. Vin Diesel announced that there is one more movie, well, 2. He's saying the saga is ending with Fast and Furious 10, but the studio wants it as 2 parts, and that's what they will get. That is his exact words. I watched a video on it. Literally, he was talking in the interview, right? It will end at number 10, and the studio wants 2 movies, and that's what they will get. So I'm assuming they're going to film a 2-parter, like all in a like 1 year after the other, like Infinity War Endgame, I guess. I hope that's good. I hope it's entertaining, and I do hope that they end this franchise with a race. I know it's not become as much about racing nowadays, but if they're going to end this franchise with anything, end it with one big race. I don't know between who, but I think that would be cool. And bring back all the characters from all the movies that are still alive anyway. And maybe, you know, if we got technology for it now, maybe bring back Paul, maybe for a scene or 2. I think that'd be nice. Obviously, this is his franchise as much as anybody's, so that'd be nice to see. But yeah, this is my review. I thought it was going to be shorter than this, but I actually had quite a bit to say. So yeah, underwhelming to be honest. A bit ridiculous, a bit too ridiculous to be honest. But the other movies have been ridiculous as well, but I've still enjoyed them as guilty pleasures. This one definitely lacks something. And no, the answer's not The Rock. That's not what they lacked here. There was something else. Something else felt really underwhelming. Tyrese is usually hilarious. In this movie, he didn't feel as funny as he did in previous movies. I don't know what that was about, to be honest. Because usually him and Ludacris, they're hilarious. And they were quite funny in this, but not that funny, you know, like they were in the previous movies. Yeah, it just didn't feel as epic. The action didn't feel as epic, even though there was some epic stunts. The best stunts you pretty much see in the trailer. So that's well, not just one trailer, like all the trailers and previews, they pretty much showed all the best stunts. That's all I'm saying. So I wanted more, but obviously I didn't expect much from these movies anyway. But I still wanted more than what I got. But it is what it is. I'm fine with it. We move on. I look forward to whenever the next one comes out, or the next two, which they'll end it with, hopefully. And I'm kind of hoping there's another Hobbs and Shaw, because I do like a buddy cop type movie. So hopefully Hobbs and Shaw 2 happens at some point, because if they want to move forward, then I think that'd be a good way to go, aside from the main sequel storylines. Anyway, I'm gonna put this part of the vlog in my movie channel on Davidoff Films, but there's a bigger vlog which includes my thoughts on Euros and England winning the last 16 against Germany, as a full vlog, including this on my vlogging channel, which is Sir Davidoff. Well, it's not a vlogging channel, but I'm putting more vlogs on it, so it might become one. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and see ya.